JC here from Toy News International, and it's time for another episode of T&I Pop Talk. And for this week, I had a couple things I just wanted to talk to you about. First of all, I caught a screening of the new Fantastic Four movie yesterday, so I just wanted to give you a brief non-spoiler review for that. Also this week, the trailer for the new Deadpool movie, both from 20th Century Fox, broke this week, so I wanted to go over a little bit with that. And then got some letters in the P.O. box, so I wanted to read those and just give an update on the contest we're doing for the $100 store credit to Big Bad Toy Store. So real quick, I just want to apologize for my attire. I'm in the middle of Ironman training. If you're not familiar, and you're probably not, I do a lot of triathlons in my spare time. Since I kind of made my hobby my job with toy collecting, I had to find something else to do. So I used to run a lot, so I kind of went from running to doing triathlons, which if you're not familiar are, you know, it's a race that you do where you swim, you bike, and then you run. And for the Ironman, it's a large distance. It's 2.4 mile swim, 112 miles of biking, and then you run a marathon, or 26.2 miles of running. So this will be my 4th Ironman I'm doing in October. And so I'm in the middle of my training, and I've got to do a 30-mile bike ride this afternoon. So on top of all the other stuff that I have to do, running the sites and filming videos and stuff, I got to try and mix in the training, which is very hard, but it's very rewarding as well. I can tell you the first Ironman I did, it was, crossing the finish line was one of the greatest feelings I'd ever felt in my life. So if anyone ever tells you you can't do something, if you set your mind to it, you can do it, and I'm a perfect example of that, because by no means am I like some super great athlete or anything. But as I said, caught a screening for the new Fantastic Four movie, and as you can probably guess, the movie was not very good. Unfortunately, I thought the movie started out pretty good. I thought the origin stories were pretty good. The casting, I thought, actually worked out pretty well. I know some of you didn't like the fact that they had made the Human Torch a black man and Sue Storm was now adopted, but that didn't really bother me. It actually kind of worked for the movie. So that, like I said, wasn't the problem I had with it. But basically the movie took a serious turn for the cheesy when they introduced Dr. Doom as the villain for the film. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if they got rushed with the script, in order to get something out so that the rights didn't revert back to Disney and Marvel, or what. But basically, that movie just, started out good, but the ending was just pretty horrible. Doom, I don't know why Fox has a problem getting a good handle on the Dr. Doom character. I didn't like how they portrayed him in the previous Fantastic Four movies, and this one was even worse. The way he looked, and then the cheesy superpowers that they gave him, basically one of the things that he could do, I mean, they made him super powerful, but one of the main thing he would do was just look at people and their heads would explode. I mean, I have no idea where the hell they got that, but definitely I just did not like the movie. I also thought that the studio missed the opportunity to kind of tie this in to the X-Men movie, create their own kind of Marvel universe with the mutants and everything. Not a single mention of X-Men or the mutants or anything along those lines. So very disappointed in that. Seemed like a missed opportunity, especially since they'd been kind of teasing that the past year, even like teased Fantastic Four X-Men crossover, but no mentions at all about X-Men or any of the mutants in the Marvel Universe with this movie. No Stan Lee cameo and no after credit scene either. So, if you do decide to go to the theater to see this, you don't need to sit through the credits for it, because there's nothing afterwards. So, I have a full review up at, again, non-spoiler review up at marvelousnews.com. I have a link in the description below. Please check it out if you're thinking about going to see the movie. But, short story, long story short, movie's just not very good. So, moving on to the Deadpool trailer. So, same studio, different Marvel movie, but definitely this is kind of, it's like light and day. So Fantastic Four, not very good, but so far from what we're seeing from Deadpool, this thing looks like could be one of the best comic book movies, more at least accurate to the comic book character that we've seen. Even with the Marvel studio stuff. So now I will grant you that we still don't really know a whole lot about the plot, other than how he's got cancer and he ends up going under the Weapon X procedure to become Deadpool. But we don't know who he's really fighting as far as bad guys. Is this going to be a serious movie, or is it going to be nothing but slapstick and Deadpool one-liners and just over-the-top violence? Those are things that we kind of really don't know. I do hope in the comics Deadpool can get very silly, but I like Deadpool when he's a little more serious and has an actual serious story or plays a serious role in the Marvel Universe, as opposed to just kind of the wackiness. So like I said, we'll hopefully hear more. Obviously the movie doesn't come out till 2016, so we got a lot of time. I'm sure we'll see a lot of trailers and everything. Fox is definitely pushing this movie pretty hard, it seems like. So we've got the Red Band if you haven't seen it, which I'm sure all of you have seen it at this point, but we've got the Red Band trailer and the Green Band trailer over at marvelousnews.com. I'll have a link in the description below. Now this movie does seem to, it looks like it will tie into like X-Men. Looks like Colossus is in the movie. I don't know what kind of role he plays, but that definitely looks like Colossus. I don't know who the little girl is. I'm sure it's a character. Almost kind of looks like a young Domino, but too young to be Domino, at least if they're keeping with the comics and everything. But I don't know who she is. I'm sure maybe you guys do. I should probably read up on it and see who she is, but I'm not familiar with that character. But definitely like to see other X-Men like Colossus show up. So if you haven't already, be sure to check out that trailer. It definitely looks like it's going to be something good. Okay, so moving on, we got some letters in the P.O. Box this week, which I'm very excited about. I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing your feedback. I love hearing your questions. I love that you take the time to write in and everything, so definitely love that. Now, I realize, we're running the contest. If you caught the last Pop Talk, we're running a contest for $100 store credit, and basically to be entered, you got to send in a letter, or you can write me on Facebook. I did want to make a little update on the contest, a change. I had originally said that you needed to like my Facebook, or like me on Facebook, shoot me a friend request in order to be entered in the contest. I'm going to waive that because I realize some of you are not on Facebook. So if you are on Facebook, then please shoot me a friend request. It's a good way to, so I can communicate with you guys. I can't always make a video every time I want to communicate something, so it's just a good way to communicate. So if you are on Facebook, please, look me up. There's a link to my Facebook site, or my Facebook page, that, you can send me a friend request. It's not a page, it's my it's my Facebook page, but it's not like where you just join. You got to send me a friend request. But definitely, if you shoot me a friend request, I'll accept it. And like I said, it's just a good way to communicate. And if you don't want to write a physical letter and send it to the P.O. Box, which is what for this contest and everything, is the preferred way I'd like to get your questions and everything. But if for some reason you can or don't want to do that, you can send me a message on Facebook with your questions or what have you. And I've definitely gotten a few questions and stuff via Facebook. Now the P.O. Box, which the P.O. Box is P.O. Box 2694. Montgomery Village, Maryland 20886. You make it out to Entertainment News International. You can make it out to JC too if you wanted to, but it's P.O. Box 2694, Montgomery Village, Maryland 20886, and I've got that. I'll have that in the description below as well. So you have until, if you haven't sent a letter in yet, you have until August 15th to do so. So you still got some time to do it. And again, we're going to do a drawing. Everyone who enters the contest, we're going to be entered for a drawing for $100 store credit to Big Bad Toy Store. So, definitely, I hope you guys, write in. Love to hear from you. So, anyway, I've got a couple letters. We did get some stuff on Facebook as well. I'm not going to read those as of yet. I'll wait until the next Pop Talk where we actually announce the winner, and I'll read some of those. But I want to go and read these letters that I got in the P.O. Box, and these will be entered into the contest, so you guys are entered in. So, first letter comes from Ben, and it looks like Ben lives out in California. So Ben typed his letter so I could read it. Thank you. It says, Dear JC, thanks for the website, especially TNI, which I check daily, which I really appreciate. You know, as I've said before, you know, I love hearing from you guys on YouTube, love doing the reviews, but, you know, my heart and passion goes into the websites. And so if you're coming to me for the first time through YouTube or something, you know, I hope that you check out the websites. You know, we have updated news daily for, you know, the latest news, reviews on action figures, movies, comics, you know, the whole 9 yards. ToyNewsEye.com, MarvelousNews.com for you Marvel fans, JediInsider.com for you Star Wars fans, Tformers.com for you Transformer fans. So we try to cover everything. I'll have the URLs in the description below in case you're not familiar with the sites. But Ben, definitely thank you very much for checking out the sites on a daily basis, or at least TNI. I also enjoy your YouTube reviews. One that stood out to me was the DC Collectibles Arrow TV series Deathstroke. Great figure, definitely one of the best in that line from DC Collectibles, which inspired me to go to my local comic shop and buy the figure the very next morning. Hope you weren't disappointed, Ben. My question is, do you have a dream action figure of a character that has yet to be made that you're pretty sure will never be put into production? Thanks again and keep up the good work. Well, Ben, if you'd asked me this question a couple years ago, I would have told you U.S. Agent. I wanted a Marvel Legends U.S. Agent figure. Day one, since we first got the first Captain America Marvel Legends in the Toy Biz line, I had always wanted a U.S. Agent. U.S. Agent's one of my favorite characters. Mainly, I just love the costume design of it and everything. You know, I loved Steve Rogers as the Captain when he wore this outfit, and I like U.S. Agent. Usually, or at least most of the times, I like U.S. Agent. You know, U.S. Agent's one of those characters where, you know, he kind of gets portrayed differently depending on who's writing him. But normally, I really like the character, especially the early years of him. I love the character. So, and this is my favorite incarnation, the Captain uniform that looks very similar to the Captain America uniform, only it's black and red and white. Some of the other U.S. Agent designs that we've seen over the years I'm not as fond of, but this was the one where I'd always wanted a figure of. I mean, we had a 5-inch version from Toy Biz, the early Toy Biz line, which I have, but I'd always ever since the Marvel Legends line launched, I always wanted a 6-inch U.S. Agent. And it seemed like a no-brainer because, you know, you take Captain America and you repaint him black and red, and there you go, you've got U.S. Agent. But we didn't actually get U.S. Agent until years later by Hasbro finally, who gave us the U.S. Agent using the Bucky cap mold. So this is definitely one of my favorite figures, which is the one character that I always wanted and originally thought was a no-brainer, but, you know, after years of not getting him, I started to have doubts. But I kept on. Both Toy Biz and Hasbro was like, you know, every time I would see those guys, I'd be like, hey, when are we going to get U.S. Agent? So, you know, I'm glad we finally did get him. So there's not really a figure out there. I will say that another figure I will like to see, and I have every reason to believe that eventually we will get it, so it's not like I don't think we'll get it, but is a 6-inch Black Series Star Wars Han Solo and Bespin fatigue from Empire Strikes Back. That's my favorite version of Han Solo. So I definitely am looking forward to seeing a figure of Han Solo in that outfit. But that I expect will happen eventually. Maybe not for another year or so, because I'm sure in the next year or so we're going to see primarily a push from Hasbro for Episode 7 toys. So we'll probably see an Episode 7 Han Solo before we'll see a Empire Strikes Back Han Solo. But definitely think eventually Hasbro will get around to making that figure. So, but great question, Ben, and thanks for writing in. Okay, so our next letter comes all the way from Canada. And it comes from Matt. Matt actually gave us a little artwork with his letter, which is really cool. Nice job. Captain America's shield stuck in a wall. Reminds me of those wall lights that you see at like Target stores. I think they're sold other places, but I always see them at Target. So that's what it strikes me of. I don't know if that was the inspiration for the artwork, but definitely very cool. Thanks for that. So Matt writes in and says, "Hello, my name is Matt aka Mouse on YouTube. all one word. I'm a subscriber to your videos, love seeing your collection and reviews. I have a small collection of my own, but find it hard looking for newer figures as I live in Canada, and we don't get new figures until a month after they are released in the US, or sometimes not at all. I would like to start more videos of my own collection, but find it difficult to find current figures. So, I would love if you considered me in your contest for the gift certificate to Big Bad Toy Store. Matt, consider yourself entered into the contest. My small collection consists of vintage Star Wars, 90s Spider-Man, and X-Men Superpowers, DC, and a few others from my childhood. I look forward to more videos and updates from you. Love Marvel Legends line, so hope to start a collection soon. Well, Matt doesn't really ask a question, but I can tell you, Matt, that I kind of feel your pain as well. I live in the United States, obviously, and I actually live in a major metropolitan area, but I swear to God, my stores seem to be like the last place to get anything. You know, I'll see reports online of people finding stuff, and it won't be till months later before I actually see it in my local stores. So I kind of feel your pain. That's why, to be honest, I do a lot of my shopping nowadays online. Places like Big Bad Toy Store, even like Amazon.com. I mean, Amazon, again, I live in a metropolitan area, so I don't know if this is true for everybody, but a lot of stuff nowadays I can order in the morning from Amazon and it shows up the same day. So, you know, you get same day delivery and it's like, I'll never probably go into a physical store again. So I feel your pain. I still love the toy hunt, so I still go to the toy stores, you know, Toys R Us and Target. I barely go to Walmart because my Walmart just really sucks. They never get anything new in. It's like they've had the same toys on the shelf for like the past 3 years. It's really kind of ridiculous. So, but I definitely like the thrill of a toy hunt, so I still do it periodically, but usually when I go, I expect basically to find very little. Sometimes I'm surprised and I'll find something, but usually I don't find a lot. I'm not someone who hits up a toy store on a daily basis. I just don't have the time for that. So again, I tend to do a lot of my shopping online because of that. So thanks for the letter. Appreciate it, all the way from Canada. Great to hear from our international readers or listeners. So, you know, thanks again, guys, for the letters. So, both of you are entered into the contest, and if you all out there still want to be entered, like I said, you have until August 15th. As long as your letter is postmarked by the 15th, then you'll be entered in the contest. We'll do another Pop Talk video in early September. That should give you guys enough time, even if you mail it like on the 15th. That should give it your letters time to get here, and then we'll announce the winners. And I'll also contact the winner directly. So that wraps up this episode. You know, again, check out my review for Fantastic Four. Though, like I said, short story, the movie's just not very good. So I probably wait for it to come out on video. And until next time, as always, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it when you guys subscribe. And as always, I'll catch you later.